Hi guys, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Is this my first video in 2025? I don't know, I don't remember, but welcome back to my channel. My name is Karaboram K for those of you who do not know me, and if you're coming back for another video, welcome back. So you can see by the title of today's video, this is a life update. If you follow me on my social media platforms, then you do know that I'm back in South Africa. My mic doesn't work, guys. I don't know, I think my kid was playing with it, so my mic doesn't work. So I hope I'm audible enough for you guys to hear. But yeah, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to give a quick life update, or just to tell you guys a little bit more about how I've been doing and how life's been since I've been back home. Woo! Loaded. Anyway, let's get straight into today's video. Roll the cameras. Okay, so back home, we are in what, May? Actually, it would be a full year since I left for Japan today. Yes, yeah, it would be a full year since I left for Japan. So now I'm back home. I've been home for maybe 3 or 4 months now. Okay, I'm going to basically answer some questions that I know some of you guys have asked me in my DM. First question is, when did I come home? I came home on the 19th of February. Well, that's when I left Japan, on the 19th of February. I got home. There was complications with my flight. I'm going to tell you guys about this in another video. There were complications with my flight. My flight got delayed. It was a big thing. So initially I was meant to leave Japan on the 19th. I ended up leaving on the 20th. I got to South Africa on the 22nd or the 23rd. I can't really remember, but of Feb, and that's when I came home. I only made it known around March or April that I was actually back in South Africa. So a lot of people didn't know that I was back, but yes, I am back. Why did I come back home? Okay, very loaded question. Plenty of reasons why I came back home, but I'll mention a few of the important ones, right? So as you guys know, I was in Japan teaching English, and number one, I think it's noisy outside. Let me wait for this truck to pass and then I'll continue. Okay, I think the truck has passed. So why did I come home? Plenty of reasons. I'll start with my job, right? So I think I just got a bad offer or a bad job. Sorry about that, guys. My space is full. My space is full, so I'm gonna try and be very quick with this video. If the lighting has changed, I'm so sorry. Anyway, I was saying, I just feel like I got a bad contract, or I got into a really bad contract in terms of the company that I was employed under. To be honest, I took this job out of desperation because I really needed to get out of South Africa. well, not get out of South Africa, but I really needed employment at the time. And at the time, I was willing to take anything. And I was one of those people that was like, anything is better than unemployment. Like, I don't care what I get, as long as it's a job, I'm getting out of here. And I don't think I put into cognizant what that meant. And I don't think I don't know, guys. I don't know if I misread my contract or if the company kind of backtracked on the initial offer that I thought I was getting myself into when I left South Africa and went to Japan. So that was one of the big things that ultimately made me want to resign, right? So it was that. And when I did arrive in Japan, my job was really strenuous. Teaching English is fairly easy. Well, not really, but it's a doable job. You really can do it. It's not rocket science. It's really okay. But I was being overworked and I was being underpaid, and my health was starting to be affected by how hard I was working. If you followed my journey, you would have saw that I was really struggling. And past that, over and above all of that, my mental health also then started taking a dip. All right, that also just had to do with personal issues that I was going through, just besides work. Okay, that's one of the reasons. Another reason was my mental health. Okay, then another important reason, or another factor that was really important for me, was my child. If you follow my journey, you know I have a 8-year-old daughter. I'm a single parent, and you know, I am all she has. I have family members like my brothers and, you know, extended family members that have tried to help me with my child while I was away, but like all the efforts really were not helping, or like it was not working out, you know. So when that happened, and with everything that I was also going through in Japan, on the obvious answer would be that I had to come home. That's when I really knew that, okay, you know, I was willing to kind of stick it out in terms of my job, because I was getting medical attention and for my mental health and whatever. So I was getting medical attention in terms of my health. So I could have stuck it out, but the nail to the coffin was when my child started really, really struggling. And at that point, like, my child's mental health was also starting to really, really suffer, because she was being moved around from one place to another place, from one place to another place. She basically had like no stability in that period. And it was at that point I basically booked my flight. I was like, you know what, none of this is worth it. Nothing made sense at that point. The job didn't make sense, my child suffering didn't make sense, so the obvious option was to come home. So I did exactly that. I resigned and I came home. So I came home maybe like 2 months or 3 months before my contract was supposed to end. But I did have an option of renewing it. However, I knew that I wouldn't be renewing with that company. But the idea was to obviously change companies. So I had like job offers lined up. Had things not gone how they went with my child, I probably would have stayed and just changed jobs, because the job I was in was definitely not the kind of job I would have wanted to stay in Japan for. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about my experience in Japan. You know what? Just before I left, I spent a week in Osaka, right? Osaka is beautiful, and it was the first time in Japan that I actually was not working. I was relaxed. I was doing touristy things. I was traveling, like I was seeing places, you know, I was doing the touristy stuff, things that in my 10 months living in Japan I was never able to do. because I was so exhausted, one, and I was so overworked. I didn't want to do anything. I did not want to do anything. I didn't even want to go to the grocery store. That's how exhausted I was from that country or the job that I had. So just before I left, I thought to myself, like, I actually cannot leave this country without at least giving myself a chance to see something. So, you know, I went to, I saw so many places. I went to the Sky Building in Osaka. I went to Osaka Castle. I went to, where else did I go? Oh, I went to Namba. Oh, beautiful, like beautiful city. It was so beautiful. I had so much fun. I got to taste lots of Japanese food. I basically gave myself the experience that I did not have in my time in Japan. So yeah, honestly, I think if you are planning on going to Japan, it's very important for you to research about the company that you are going with, because even when I was looking for a new company, it was difficult. Like, I just realized when I was there that moving abroad is actually really hard. Getting a good job nowadays is hard because it's the ESL environment is so oversaturated right now. So many people are doing ESL, so many people are teaching English. It's so oversaturated that the employers are starting to exploit us, especially South Africans. I think Africans, actually, not South Africans. I think Africans are the most exploited in terms of the ESL environment. Even within my work environment, you could see a difference between them getting an ESL teacher from the UK and them getting an ESL teacher from South Africa, and looking at how we were doing the same job, but the treatments would be completely different. In my job, when I first arrived, right? So because there were so many surprises and so many things, yellow tape, that we were not made aware of before starting the job, there was a lot of surprises as the job was continuing. It was me, another guy from UK, and another South African girl. Okay. And the South African girl had been there longer than me and the UK guy. Me and the UK guy were maybe a month apart. But all these surprises kept coming up, like the work environment, the work hours, the shifts, all these things that we were not privy of before starting the job. And also how you get to work with kids, very small kids, with very little support or very little very little support or very little training, you know. So it was really difficult because they tell you, no, you don't need experience, we'll provide all of that for you. And then when you start working, and you are gonna get like a lot of hiccups because you have not been a teacher before in your life. You're doing it for the first time. You're working with small kids at that. Small kids are so vulnerable. Like, you need to have some kind of experience to work with kids. Not anyone can just work with kids. So the UK guy, it was really difficult it's even worse if you're a male. Because with females, at least the kids can kind of like gravitate towards you just because you're a female. It is hard for a male, right? I'm talking like small kids, 6-year-old, 7-year-old. It's difficult. But essentially what I'm saying is there was little to no support that was offered to us at the time. So that's one of the things that I really didn't like about the company that I was working for. The UK guy didn't, like, I think after 6 months he resigned, and he actually went to Vietnam. And then I think 4 months later I resigned. A month later the other South African girl resigned. So you need to be extremely careful about the job that you get. And I know, guys, like, I know a lot of people say like South Africa is so bad that you would literally go and, like, please, like, do not take a job out of desperation. Like, you see, even when I came home, right, and I'm back on the job market, and it's difficult. I don't want to lie to you guys. I'm not having a good time with unemployment right now. And it's so hard for me to start over again. And now, because I know what I know not to settle, even with the jobs that I'm trying to apply for in South Africa. And mind you, it's completely difficult to apply for a job in South Africa or get called for an interview. Like, I've probably done, how many interviews have I done since I came home? I've probably only done about 3 interviews since I've been home. But I can't tell you how many applications I've sent out. Probably a zillion. So it is difficult back home, yes. But knowing what I know now, would I ever go abroad again? I wish I could. Given the opportunity, I could. But because of the situation with my child, I don't think it is in the cards for me. At least not until I get to a place where I'm able to take my child with me, and but also that's something that for me, I feel like being a foreigner is so difficult. I wouldn't want to put that kind of pressure on my child, like it's just a lot, and I didn't have a good experience with it, so I wouldn't want my child to go through it. So is it in the cards for me to go abroad again? I don't know, but right now, no, because the only thing I'm focused on right now is getting back to a place of stability with my kid, because both of us have been through quite a lot, and my absence has left a really big impact in her life right now, and me and her are trying to rebuild. So for now, for the sake of my child, I really just have to stay home and try and figure out a way to make things work with me being home. But yeah, now I'm back to unemployment. It's horrible, guys. Like, I am not having a good time. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so depressing. Like, some days I'm really suffering. Like, I don't want to lie to you. But the point I was making with unemployment in South Africa was just in general, what Japan taught me is never settle. Like, don't ever settle. Even with me being home and knowing how difficult it is to get a job, I'm so careful with the jobs that I'm choosing. I'm so careful with the companies that I'm choosing, because if there's one thing I've prayed for and one thing that I asked God for, is that please don't ever let me settle. Not in my career, not in my friendships, not in love, not in life. I have experienced how painful it is to settle for. Sorry guys, my space is full. So I need to wrap this up. But I was saying, like, do not ever settle for anything in your life, because you will pay for it. You will pay for it with your mental health. You will pay for it with your finances. You will pay for it with your physical health. Just don't do it. And that's all I pray for every day in my unemployment journey right now, or my journey into finding employment, is to just never settle. Like, I know how bad things are in South Africa, but I never want to write myself off. I never want to sit here and say I will never find a job in South Africa. And God willing, I will, because it has been a long journey, and I feel like God knows that there's nothing I haven't done. Like, guys, I fought all the battles there is to fight in this world, and I feel like me and my kid just deserve a big break. But yeah, I'm not gonna ramble on too much. I wanted to give you guys just this little bit of an update in terms of like where I am right now. I'm home, I'm unemployed, going through it literally, but I'm positive that something will happen. And am I planning on leaving again? No, not right now. But if God wants that for me, and if it's in the stars for me, God willing, I'm able to pack up and leave with my kid, absolutely I would do it but it wouldn't be Japan. It would definitely not be Japan. I don't know if I'll ever be going back to that country. maybe a new country, maybe Taiwan, Vietnam, you know, those are very interesting countries if you are also looking into getting into the ESL sector. Those are countries to look at. South Korea, China, which one? Yeah, those are really interesting countries that you can try and look into. Dubai apparently also is a good place to try out. But yeah, if you guys have any questions for me just in terms of my stay abroad, anything that you'd like to know, just leave it down on the comments and I'll definitely respond and get back to you. And yeah, thank you for joining me in my channel. I don't know, to be quite honest, I don't know if I'm gonna continue with the vlogs from now, because I don't want to lie to you guys, there's so much that I'm picking up. There's so many pieces of my life that I'm picking up back home. It has been so anxiety inducing. I can't even leave the house. Like, leaving the house is so difficult for me. I haven't seen my friends. It has not been an easy adjustment back home. Oh guys, it's just been very anxiety inducing. So yeah, I'm taking it easy. I am taking it a day at a time. But yeah, this is my mini life update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Oh, I was saying that I don't know if I'm going to be posting going forward in terms of vlogs. Because they're go out, to be quite fair. So I don't know if that's going to be happening, but I will definitely be posting on my podcast because I can do that. That's not difficult for me to do. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Real Girls Heal Things, and I don't know when, but yeah, please comment, like, and subscribe. Please share my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.